Are some of you celebrating like the American holiday weekend today instead of on Monday? Holy, it's bubbling. I would say that's good to go. Turn that off. And we're gonna let that cool for a bit. We're gonna pop it actually just on the trivet in front here. Off of the hot stove top. Yum. Oh. Okay, while we wait, let's get the stuff out for our biscuits. To make that stuff up. We're still waiting on our pie crust to thaw just a little bit more, honestly. It's almost there. And then we can roll that out and put it in the shells. Smoked Gouda. So this one says smoked Gouda, but ours is just aged Gouda. Aged Gouda black pepper biscuits. It says it makes 6 biscuits, which I think is a good amount. I don't get any today, but if I want to starch, I can always heat up the extra rice from yesterday. So we need flour, which we have here, baking powder and soda. There's salt there. And then butter, your cheese, and pepper. That is it. So powder, baking soda is all I need to grab. Aged Gouda is better than smoked Gouda anyways, though. Phew, that's good. So we're gonna mix these same way that we mixed the scones the other day. And then we also have to get a sheet pan out and line it with parchment too. Yes, you are, Trev. Good day, sir. How are you doing today? You are hearing it right. How did all your pizzas turn out yesterday, Trev? Were the kids happy? I'd be so happy if I got like homemade pizzas on a Friday. Hello. Yes, please. The cheese is hiding behind the beer. And I don't think we can even grate this cheese. It's more like a chop with how like crumbly it is. The pies were delish. Yum. I'm jealous. Splurge and use Crisco. Well, I do like a half and half, like butter and lard in my pie crust, which is what we're using today. But I've never done that for biscuits. Have you? And hi, Mish. How are you? Yeah, you can complain about feta today. There's none. Okay, so we're gonna do 2 cups of flour in here. And then we'll put our baking powder and baking soda. So we need a tablespoon of baking powder, which is 3 teaspoons. 1, 2, 3. And these are the things that is going to make the biscuits rise up, get fluffy. That makes sense. Growing up in the South, most of the baked goods were done with Crisco. There was always a giant can on the stove. I know the can you're talking about. I felt like I like Tender Flake better though. And then half a teaspoon only of baking soda. Half of that. Okay. And then 1 teaspoon of salt. Now we need 1.5 sticks of butter again. So same amount that we just divvied up for the pie filling. I'm just gonna give that a stir back here too to help it cool off. Or our butter tarts, I should say. Butter tarts, pecan pie, same but different. Everything was fried in Crisco. That'd be like a cool way to grow up. No heart-healthy menus at all. That's the best way to grow up, though. Okay, so we need another 3/4 cup of butter. Put that there. That's half. That's half. And then we're gonna dice this up, though, to mix it into the dry stuff better. We need a bit more. We needed more. What's happening, Blondie? Happy Canada Day, friend. Of course fast food was better back then. Now it's like full of so much weird ingredients to cut costs. I know, potatoes used to be fried in lard, not like 3 types of vegetable oil. Gross. Oh, and then I better crack some pepper into this mix too. Hello. There's no liquid in this or what? Okay, she does half a cup of milk, which I'll make my own version of milk, I think. I'll have to water down some sour cream, but there's nothing wrong with that. You doing anything fun today, Blondie, for Canada Day? Crack this in. So you can put as much or as little pepper as you want. And I'll go a little bit bigger on the grind, too. Get good pepper chunks. You're having cheese and lots of it? That sounds like a phenomenal plan. Because, like, if you're gonna say the biscuit has pepper in it, you gotta taste it. Let's go with that amount. Seems about right. Okay. We need 1 egg for the wet ingredients to bring these biscuits together. Because I don't feel like it's right to use oat milk in the biscuits, chat. Call me weird, but I'm sticking with that. I'd honestly rather water down sour cream. Yeah, we really don't eat like fast food at all anymore, Trev. Like, maybe the one fast food I order is Five Guys. But, like, to me, that's, like, the realest. That's the realest fast food. Mix that before I put the butter in. we need half a cup of milk. Do like half and half in this sour cream to water. And that's our milk. Anyone else ever do like creative things like that? Or if like you don't have buttermilk in the house, you just make your own buttermilk from milk and vinegar or lemon. Just giving this a mix, it's really thick. Yeah, people still eat a lot of takeout pizza, that's true. You don't anymore either. I mean, I don't now. That's for sure a staple in like lots of people's households. Honestly, don't even really care if the sour cream's like lumpy in there. Okay, that's prepped. We'll crack our egg when it's time. Let's see what our cheese needs to be next. A cup. A cup of cheese going into this. Hey, Wavek. Five Guys is good. The ones near us are actually phenomenal. The hamburger buns are one ingredient away from cake batter. Is that why it tastes so good? So this is our 500-day aged Gouda that we're gonna use in the biscuits today. This whole chunk, it used to be massive. This used to be 2.5 kilos of cheese. We've already used quite a bit of it. And it only cost us $30 when we bought it. It was on sale. I'm gonna use my serrated knife to cut some off of here. I don't know if I maybe turn it that way, it might be easier. It has this really tough rind on the outside, so you kind of have to safely get into this. Hello? Okay, that's not working. We'll go top down then. Yeah, we don't mess with cheese, just like Blondie. On the docket today, cheese. But like for 30 bucks, pretty inexpensive. There's like a little bit of waste with the wax rind, but I don't feel like we've thrown out that much of it. Done a good job using it up. Still not had any mold on it or anything like that. Let's do another slice like that. 10 to 15 pounds for an aged Gouda, Trev? Or something different? Because what was the price of this? 12 bucks a kilo. And then I think once we start mixing our biscuits, we'll get Sam to turn the Traeger on. And start to heat up. We're in a good spot. Like, we're literally just gonna chop this cheese, pretty sure. We're gonna stop there. I think that'll give us a cup or two. Oops. Yeah, usually the wedge of parm we get is also $20. And it might actually be a full pound. Just gotta wrap this back up. Yes, the Wisconsinite approves. When in doubt, just buy a massive wheel of cheese. It hasn't dried out in the fridge at all either. It stayed really good. Okay, so first things first, we'll just kind of trim off this wax area. Yes, yeah, I did like a test, right, when we went back up to work for the 3 weeks to see how it would stay. And it stayed perfect. I was like, let's see how it stays without me vacuum sealing it this time. It actually worked really good. But like this time that I go up, I'll definitely vacuum seal that chunk. Just to preserve it as much as I can. That is like 3 cups of cheese already. Hasn't even been grated. Oopsies. That's just a good nibbling chunk. Honestly, I'll just put it up there. It does. Yeah, you keep the oxygen off of especially aged cheese like this. It'll last so long. Okay, so now I'm honestly just gonna take these chunks and just like slice it. Into pieces like that. I'm not even gonna grate it. Just chop the cheese. Because let's be honest, the chunks of cheese like this in the biscuits is gonna be phenomenal. And I think I need a piece. We can still use it. It's good. We need a piece of cheese? Okay. What about Sambo? Thanks.
Cheese!
Yeah, I was either chopping it like this, rather than fooling around with the box grater.
No play.
Or using the food processor. But this aged Gouda is like a couple 100 days away from almost being a Parmesan. It's so flavorful, but then it finishes like so nice and buttery. Hey, thanks, Sepulros. I hope I say that right. It's kind of a tough one. That's exactly how I like to work. I work smart, not hard. And it's not being lazy either. Especially if it like saves you time. Duh. That's just a no-brainer, really. Okay, so what am I gonna do? We're gonna take the 1 cup of cheese we need, pack up the extras. We're gonna mix the butter into the biscuits. And we're gonna ask Sambo to light the Traeger. Please.
Light the Traeger. You know that.
What up, Weasel?
Can you grab the tricycle out of the freezer, please?
Tricycle in the freezer. Chat. There's a tricycle in the freezer. Nice. Ooh, it's frosty. $
350, $325.
$3.50, please. And so if you're gonna cook the chickens in your oven, chat, same temperature. Same of the same. By the time we measured out all the cheese, there wasn't that much extra. Maybe I'll scrape this off of the board. Some of it's stuck on. I've also never made Gouda black pepper biscuits before. I would typically go towards more of like a cheddar green onion biscuit. So what we're gonna do, you can tell these are gonna be really buttery, holy smokes. It said 1.5 sticks. Just